Welcome back to UK Knowledge Guru. In this video, I will guide you how to add an employee on your free agent. So this is my desktop for my free agent. I have overview, contacts, work, bills, my money, banking, taxes, accounting. In my money, I have expenses, dividend, salary, payroll. What's the difference between salary and payroll? Salary, where you can see the pay slips. If I click on it, I'll be able to see the pay slips. If I click on payroll, this is where I can do the payroll with the HMRC. Now, how to add an employee? At the bottom, I got already one employee in my system. So this is the employee name, email address, and the start date. Notification enabled, yes. Monthly pay, what we are paying, total pay, taxes, and auto enrollment for the pensions, etc. Edit profile. Now, how to add an employee? If I go back on overview, click in my help section. Why I'm showing you this? So you can do it. For example, you get stuck and you don't know where to start from. In help section, I'll write employee. This is the Autobot. So it will tell me now add a new employee to payroll. I'll click on it. It will tell me how to do it. It will also give me the user help. User help is basically that where you can go and you can do it. So if at the bottom section, if I see add them as a user, if I click on it, it will take me to the knowledge base. Now, what is knowledge base basically? It tells you how you can do it. It also explains you what mistakes you are doing. So it says, please note that you need a level 7 access or above. Now, what is level 7? Level 7 level. So basically, if you do provide the access to your accountant, he can't add an employee. It clearly says it is not possible for a user with the role of an accountant to add, edit, or delete a user. So for your accountant, if you have hired, but at first place, you can do everything yourself. You don't need an accountant. That's why I'm creating these videos. You will give them access to level 8. When you give them access of level 8, that means they can access your banking and everything. So that's why you don't do it. You keep it for level 7. So you need to add a user yourself. Now, how to do that? How to add a user? You will go in the settings user, and then we will add new user. We will assign them a role and we will give their details. We'll provide their national insurance number, unique tax reference, which is from your company, date of birth, and you will create their user ID, name, and etc. Now, level 7 user, this is the user we are talking about. So when you have an accountant, you give them level 7. So full access is level 8. When you have full access, you can do whatever you want. Some of the accountant do ask for full access, so they can submit your pay runs and your payroll, and they can do taxes as well. Now, how to do that? So on the overview section, we have add new. If I click add new, this is a total different thing. It's about invoice, expense, mileage, smart capture, contact, etc. But if I have to add a user, user means an employee in my company, then I'll go on settings. In settings, I have this user. Then I have these users, these two users. Now I'll click on new user. This will ask me user details. So what is my user details? Is director, company secretary, employee. So I wanted to add an employee. Login, email address, first name, last name, national insurance number. You can add an employee even if you don't have a national insurance number. Then UTR, date of birth, status. Now all the details are in employee email address, first name, last name, NI number. The employee don't have UTR, so that's fine. Date of birth, active. And if I go down, it says if you want to send this user to set their password. No point of doing that if that you are setting up an employee. So for example, if I go back, if I click this, it will say that we will send an email. So if you give the user the access, now what kind of access they are getting, this is what the question mark is. So this user can view VAT returns, etc., view subscription, view payroll, view and edit self-assessment, view radar, all these things they can do. They can also check their pay slips, etc. But at this time, we don't want to give any access. So that's why we are not giving them the invitation for this. I'll click create new user, and now the user is created. This user is an employee, never logged in. When they will logged in, it will show up that they have checked. So next step is we will go back on our overview page, and in this we will go in the my money, and my money will go on payroll. We can see the payroll, which was like, we ran it last month. And this is what it says, filled with HMRC. So it's already submitted. Payment deadline 22nd February 2025. So next payment deadline we are talking about over here. Year to date, how much we have paid, how much NI we have paid, taxes, etc. Now at the bottom, we have one employee already added to our system. And these are the details what we have paid to that employee. We will go add an employee and we will click the name which we have just added in the system as a user. It will give me the details, create payroll profile for this person. Title, first name, last name, gender, date of birth, address, NI number, NI number, NI number provided, yes, passport number, email address, and employment details. So which date this person started, an existing employee, a new employee. So this is a new employee. We'll mention the start date of the employee. I'll zoom in so I can read this out to you and add a new employee, A, B, C. So starting declaration. This is very important and you should understand this. This is the employee first job since last 6th April and they have not been receiving taxable job seeker allowance. This is now the employee only job, but since last April, they have had another job. So for example, if the employee working and leave the company, then you will select this option. If this is the first job of the employee, then you will select this option. The employee has another job or receive a state occupational pension. We'll click this one in this because this employee already working somewhere and this is the part-time job they are starting with this company. It's very important for the correct tax code. If you select this one, they won't charge any tax and then all of a sudden the employee will get the tax. So we'll select this option. Further, if we go down, we have NIC calculated as director alternate arrangement employee. Now, it clearly explains national insurance contribution will be calculated on an annual basis for directors and on a monthly basis for employee. That's why we have to select this option. So if you are working as a director in your company, you will select this option. Director using the alternate arrangement will also have monthly basis contribution until the final month of the year, which is evaluated on an annual basis. So if your authorizing officer is a director, then you will select this option. If you select this option, that means the director is getting paid monthly. Normal weekly hours, less than 16 hours, 16 hours or more, 24 hours or more, 30 hours or more, other changeable hours. So if this employee, so most of the people are claiming benefit. If you're hiring someone who's claiming benefits, then they can only work less than 16 hours. So you have to select the best one, which employee this employee is doing. So this employee will be doing 16 hours roughly, but less than 24 hours. Employee paid hourly? Yes. Select yes if your employee is paid on an hourly basis or if their usual paycheck contains an element that regularly varies by hour worked, such as overtime. This employee won't be working as overtime, so we'll select just an hourly paid over here. Employee paid irregularly. So if it's a seasonal employee, then you will select no, but in this one, we'll select yes. Why? Select yes if your employee is paid on an irregular basis. For example, casual or seasonal employees whose employment contract continues, employee on maternity leave, employee on long-term sick leave, absence, employee who will not be paid for a period of 3 months or more, but who will still regard as an employee. We don't know because it's a short-term employee, might be changing later on, or maybe working 1 month, not working another 2 months. So that's why we'll select this option. Payroll ID, an optional unique employee number that you'd like to use for HMRC to use in any correspondence with you. We don't want to do that. Usually you can create one payroll ID like as you want. Okay, tax code. Tax code only be changed on receipt of coding notice from HMRC. So the HMRC will tell you what tax code you have to use. Usually we use 1257L, the basic code. Okay, BR stand for basic rate. Make deduction a week, 1 month, one basic. So select yes if HMRC have told you to do this on a coding notice. You haven't added a new employee and the instruction tells you to use emergency code on week 1, month 1 basis, or a new employee has not provided with the starter declaration information. An instruction that tells you that 0T code on a week 1, month 1 basis. So starter form, you ask from an employee, you can download from gov.uk. If they sign it, they will say that which, like whether they're working, whether it's a P45 was provided or not. National insurance category letter. So this is the category letter. You select gov.uk provide you the complete guidance. On my video I have created, on my channel I have created a video as well, national insurance, and I've explained all these codes. Deduct student loan if they got student loan. Leaving date, employee leaving during the next pay run. No, yes. Monthly pay. So this is where you will mention the pay, how much you will pay. Basic pay, allowance, other pay not to subject NI. Statutory pay is the employee receiving a statutory pay. Monthly deductions, if there is any deduction from the, like, if HMRC tells you or you have to deduct anything. Is the employee making monthly pension contribution? Yes, making contribution, not yet eligible, no, opt out or ineligible. And then you will click create your profile. If you click yes, then it will give you more option that what are the, which pay you will be doing that, and what are the, how you will calculate the contribution. So at the bottom you will create payroll profile. So let's do that now. Now I have entered all the details. So title, first name, last name, date of birth, address, passport number, national insurance number, all the details are there. The employee start date. So when the employee is starting from 1st of February. So I'll select 1st of February over here. So that's start date of the employee. Now we select less than 16 hours over here. In this case, just now. Okay, I have provided the payroll ID as well. Now tax code is over here. National insurance category letter. I need to explain you this. So for that, what I'll do, I'll go on gov.uk. So which category letter you need to select? You need to select A. When all employees apart from those group B, C, H, J, M, V. Which one is important for you? M. M is employees under 21. So if you're hiring someone under 21, you will select this. If you're hiring any apprentice, then you will select under 25, this one, H. So usually it's A in most of the cases. So I'll select A in my case as well. Leaving date, no, the employee is not leaving. I'm not selecting any monthly pay, or because this is not a fixed pay. The pay will be provided on the number of hours the employee will work. So that's why. The employee opted out or ineligible for the pension. We got pension scheme with Nest Pension. Watch this video. I've explained how to apply Nest Pension, how to add an employee on Nest Pension. So after this video, I will add an employee on Nest Pension as well. Because for the home, for home office, for everyone, you need to offer an employee. So at this time, the opt out I'm selecting, but then we will offer them on the Nest Pension. Create payroll profile. I'll click on it. Now the profile is created. If I go down, I can see over here, I have one employee and I have another employee, and all the details are here. So we can pay them automatically or by monthly hours, whatever hours they have worked. So this is how you will add your employee.